Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today I'm very excited to bring you the 2024 Toyota Supra 3-liter Premium with the manual transmission. Now I want to give a huge thanks to Toyota for sending the Supra out for me to test and review for you guys. Believe it or not, I think I'm the first reviewer for this particular vehicle behind me to receive it. Just over 500 miles on this particular vehicle behind me, so I'm excited to put some of the first break-in miles on it. But anyways, the vehicle behind me is finished in Renaissance Red with the hazelnut interior, has the manual transmission, which was newly available for the 2023 model year. And this is actually the first time I've been able to get hands-on and drive the Toyota Supra here in the A90 generation. So very exciting week with this particular vehicle, and we are going to be taking it on a small road trip. So make sure to stay tuned for additional content if you guys see this video, want to know more about this particular car behind me. But anyways, let's go ahead and not waste more time. Take a look at what the Supra A90 has to offer behind me for just over $60,000. So the 2024 Supra in front of us is finished in the Renaissance Red 2 exterior with the hazelnut and Alcantara two-tone leather interior. As a whole, this color combination suits this car quite well, and as it is spec'd out, looks fantastic. Now the A90 or current generation Supra has been around since the 2020 model year with relatively little change on the exterior and interior as far as my knowledge. However, there have been some tweaks, including that introduction of the manual transmission for the 2023 model year. So I definitely applaud Toyota and in some regards BMW for offering this combination of the powertrain and drivetrain. Now starting at the front end, you will find full LED lighting for the projector headlights, daytime running lights, and turn signal, all in this housing right there. Front and rear parking sensors. Unfortunately, no 360 surround view camera system on this particular vehicle, and I believe that is still not offered on the Supra. I really do like the satin or matte black lip, the way it is integrated in the front bumper design and wraps, of course, around the side of the vehicle into the side skirts. And you will find the Toyota badge on this particular vehicle, even though, as we know, a lot of the parts beneath the skin are shared with the Z4 or the BMW sibling on this particular platform. Now coming around to the side of the Supra, you will find here on the 3.0 premium trim level the forged alloy wheels in a gunmetal finish with the red Brembo brakes up front. These are going to be a staggered tire setup with 235, 35, 19-inch Michelin Super Sport tires in the front, and I believe a 275, 30, 19-inch out back. So plenty of rubber, nice quality rubber to kind of hug the roadways. And obviously this is a summer tire, so you only want to drive it in warmer temperatures. Now behind the forged wheels, you're going to find the red brake calipers with the Brembo 4 pistons up front. I believe they are just over 13-inch in overall diameter with a roughly 13-inch disc out back. So plenty of stopping power behind the wheels, and those red Brembos certainly match the red exterior quite well. Now this particular vehicle is optioned with the carbon fiber accessory mirror caps, which to me is a must-have for a vehicle like this. I would have to spec those rather than the matte or satin black mirror caps that would come standard with this particular vehicle. You do have the LED turn signal integration. Unfortunately, no puddle lights or camera system like that. It does, however, have blind spot detection as part of this package in standard, and you do have the driver's side as well as the interior one is going to be auto dimming here on the premium trim level. You have the smart key access system on both of the front door handles. And then coming out back to this Supra, you have the LED tail lamps, turn signals, and reverse lights. Tail lamps and turn signals up there with the reverse light down in the center section of the rear bumper. All those parking sensors, like I mentioned, that do surround the entire exterior. Dual outlet polished tip exhaust with the pretty aggressive satin and matte black plastic diffuser that does surround the entire rear end. Of course, with your throwback Toyota and Supra logo up there on the trunk lid and the rear bumper. So as a whole, I think the Supra has aged quite well, considering this vehicle is on its 4th or 5th model year in production here in the United States with relatively little change in the design department. But that's a look at the exterior of the Supra. Let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at the hazelnut interior, which looks in contrast fantastic against this red paint. So taking a look on the interior, once again, this is the premium trim level, which offers several nice upgrades in terms of features and options and amenities, as well as the materials used. So here on the door panel, you have the soft touch padded section that surrounds the entire upper section with the hazelnut starting here on the padded armrest. Nice use of gloss black plastics around the window and mirror controls. They are going to be power folding mirrors. You do have your trunk release button hidden all the way down beneath the mid speaker there. And then this is the JBL 12 speaker 500 watt premium audio system, or the most high-end audio system offered on the Supra. There's a nice Toyota Supra stainless steel door sill plate. Premium gives you the 2-person memory driver's seat with full power adjustments, including the bolsters, lumbar, and of course all of your usual tilt and recline stuff like that. There's the hazelnut with the Alcantara inserts and the silver accents up top. And there's a quick look at the dashboard with the 2-tone steering wheel. So first things first, we gotta go ahead and start the Supra up. And immediately here on the interior of the 2024 Supra, you're gonna find a lot of BMW hints if you are familiar with the BMW brand. However, there definitely is quite a bit of Toyota influence as well. Now in front of the driver, you're gonna find an 8.8-inch fully digital and partially configurable gauge cluster that is controlled on the steering wheel. Now this is definitely straight out of the BMW parts bin, if you will, with a little bit of Toyota digital design added to it. With the nice large tachometer and digital speedometer in the middle and the left-hand side. Now this does take a little bit of getting used to, especially if you're not familiar with using iDrive or BMW systems, but it does provide quite a lot of useful information, and there are going to be some dummy lights around the actual gauge cluster for some of the other safety systems and driver assistance technology. Now coming back to the steering wheel, this is going to be leather wrapped with the black accents on the top and bottom with the hazelnut and black stitching on the left and right-hand side. This one does have the driver assistance package, which gives you regular non-adaptive cruise control here on the left side of the steering wheel when paired to the manual transmission. If you get the ZF 8-speed automatic, it will come with dynamic radar cruise control. And then there is the audio multimedia and Bluetooth phone controls on the right side. It does have auto high beam assist as standard equipment, as well as your automatic rain sensing wipers on the right side. To the left of the steering wheel, you have your automatic headlight control. It does have self-leveling and some of the dynamic features for the LED projectors, which is very nice. You can see very reminiscent of BMW light switch controls here in the dashboard. Nice accent stitching here with the lighter gray touches, soft touch across the entire dash. And then out there immediately you can see there is going to be a heads-up display in this particular trim level, which provides a lot of nice useful information, including digital speed readout, tachometer, and then there is the speed limit sign on the left side of the heads-up display. Now coming over here to the infotainment system, this is going to be the 8.8-inch fully digital touchscreen as well as multimedia controlled MMI system down here on the right side of the center console. Now this is a touchscreen, however it definitely works pretty well with the scroll knob and traditional BMW controls down here on the center console, so I'd highly recommend getting used to using that. But it does have built-in navigation, supports wireless Apple CarPlay only, no Android Auto here with the iDrive 6 system, which I believe this is based upon. iDrive 7, which is in the Z4 and some of the other newer BMWs, does support Android Auto as well. So that is a big ding in my opinion, given I primarily use an Android smartphone. But it does have Sirius XM, some of the Toyota Connect services for iOS users, etc. Below that, you do have some of your shortcut buttons as well as your main programming for the audio multimedia, dedicated power and volume knob on the left side, as well as your band and the mode in which you're listening to. Heated front seats only, no cooled seats are currently available, nor is there a heated steering wheel. Dual zone automatic climate control with all of your airflow shortcuts or dedicated buttons down below. Wireless charging pad with a nice cover which kind of holds your phone in place. USB-A ports, which is another small ding given USB-C is becoming so popular. Would be nice to see that. And then there is a 12-volt cigarette lighter. Carbon fiber interior trim is standard on this particular trim level and package. There is the 6-speed manual transmission, which is a joy to drive. Engine stop start off button, sport mode, front and rear parking sensors on off button, traction control off, and then there is your safety system hotkey, which basically turns off all the safety systems with a push of a button, electronic parking brake, and then there is your MMI controller, if you will, for all the infotainment, navigation, and stuff like that. You do have a fixed in place center console finished in the hazelnut with nice padding. The cup holders are offset to the passenger side of the vehicle by just a little bit, enough to kind of rest your arm here with the manual transmission and still give you a comfortable driving position, even if you do have a bottle of water or some other beverage in at least one of these two cup holders. Up top, you have a black soft touch headliner. Looks very nice and premium. Small visors, which is really all you need in a vehicle like this, given the actual seating position and windscreen is quite small. Auto dimming interior rearview mirror with garage home link on the bottom. Looks like you do have overhead LED lighting, SOS emergency services, passenger airbag indicator, and some microphones and other stuff at the top there. So that's pretty much a look at the entire interior of the Supra, given it is quite small. But let's go ahead and take a look at the trunk space and some of the other aspects behind the front seats. Now, taking a look at the trunk space here in the Toyota Supra, well, this is going to be one of the drawbacks, I guess, if you actually want a lot of usable storage space. Now, what is available is found in a fairly narrow and odd-shaped opening, which is just due to the proportions and overall body shape of the Supra. So you can see here in the middle section of the opening, it gets quite close together and then does widen up near the top or the backs of the front seats. Now, the space that you do have, if you can kind of go by the opening, is fairly large. So you can get at least 2 full-size suitcases in here as long as you can manipulate them inside of the actual opening. You do have the removable privacy cover right there. You can see my tripod is taking up a fair amount of the actual length available in the trunk lid. And there is the driver's side floor mat. Looks like you do have a nice Supra logo embossed in the actual carpet. I don't see anything beneath the floor in the actual Supra, so, oh, it looks like it does lift up. And it looks like underneath the floor, you will find the 12-volt battery hiding down there underneath the floorboard there, with a little bit of additional storage space if you do need it. And you can see the subwoofers for the JBL premium audio system sitting nice and pretty behind the 2 front seats there. So that's pretty much going to be it as far as the storage capacity. I believe it's just over 10 cubic feet of total storage here in the trunk lid area, which is not bad for a two-person sports car like this, but is something to pay attention to if you really need all of that storage. Now, taking a look on the passenger side of the vehicle, you will have all of the same adjustments as the driver's side here in the premium, including the adjustable bolsters, power lumbar, and other power adjustments for the seats. And if we just go ahead and take a quick look here behind the front seat, there is going to be a tether for a car seat right there on the side of the subwoofer box. Some more audio speakers and stuff, so you get a decent audio experience. Of course, you have your nice beefy strut brace for the chassis and the overall dynamics of this vehicle. And yeah, that is pretty much going to be a look at the interior. I'm sure this is the shortest interior tour I've ever done on a vehicle like this. But as a whole, it's not a big space. It's actually quite tight, which may be a problem for certain individuals. And there is a look at the glove box, which is a fitting size for the overall cabin space. So with that quick information in mind, let's go ahead and pop the hood, see what powers this particular Supra, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. So under the hood of the 3-liter Supras, you're gonna find the BMW sourced 3-liter inline turbocharged 6-cylinder engine, which is rated at 382 horsepower and 368 pound-feet of torque. Now, as many of you guys are aware out there, this figure is likely a little bit underrated, or what is actually going to roughly the rear wheels at the tire, and not necessarily the crank output figures of this particular engine. Now, I'll let you guys go into the rabbit hole of seeing what the potential power output is available or what the actual crank horsepower numbers are, but I would not be surprised if it's over 400 horsepower from the factory. And getting behind the wheel of this vehicle definitely makes me realize that this vehicle is extremely special, and the BMW Inline 6 was a perfect choice of engine for a vehicle like this, and kind of harpens back to the inline 6 cylinders, including the JZ powertrains that Toyota used to use in the Mark III and the Mark IV Supras. So that's going to do it here for this video on the 2024 Toyota Supra 3-liter premium manual transmission. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Is this a color combination you would pick if you're in the market for a 2024 Toyota Supra, or is there another color combo that you'd be interested in purchasing? Now, do remember this is the 45th anniversary, so there is going to be a special edition package for the Supra. Unfortunately, that's not the one that was in the press fleet or loaned to me, as that is offered in exclusive orange exterior, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, list, the Supra is definitely going to be a very good choice in the $60,000 price range if you're getting this one as seen behind me. And of course, they do make cheaper offerings with not only the 2-liter 4-cylinder option, but also a cheaper 3-liter turbo as well. So yeah, make sure you guys stay tuned here on the channel for additional driving impressions, driving content, my road trip experience with this exact vehicle behind me, as I will be traveling in just a few days up to Wisconsin, roughly a 400 to 500 mile round trip road trip in this particular vehicle to view the all new 2024 Toyota Tacoma, which I am very excited, and of course stay tuned for additional content on that particular vehicle. Let me know what you guys think of the 2024 Toyota Supra down in the comment section below. Huge thanks once again to Toyota for sending this vehicle out for me to test and review for you guys, and as always, hope to see you guys in the next one.